Welcome to Weekday Somatics. Okay, so let's begin by choosing a posture. So you may choose any posture that you have confidence in. Maybe not so much confidence in the posture, but confidence in yourself. So self-confidence. Let's try that. Choose self-confidence. Can you do that? You can. So choose self-confidence, and then choose a posture from self-confidence that supports you in your choice of self-confidence. And you might say, oh, that's easy. Or you might say, that seems like a tall order, as we say in Americanese. A difficult request to fulfill, to choose self-confidence. Remember what I've been talking about, though, that your intention is enough. Your intention really is enough. So you have the intention, I choose self-confidence. And let your prayer be simplified to intention, if that's possible. If not, then you add what you need to support that. But see that it's possible to simplify to intention, so that intention can hold both a direction, in this case self-confidence, and an open release in gratitude. And why is that important? Because if I say, I'm going to just choose a direction, I'm going to intend self-confidence, and then I'm not willing to let go and have gratitude, then it's very challenging for that to be fulfilled, because I'm still mucking about in it. I'm saying, oh, but wait, oh, hold on, I'm not ready yet. Oh, wait, not ready yet. Hold on, not quite yet. So we have to be willing to let it go for it to be fulfilled. So have that intention of self-confidence, and then be willing to let go and explore how you let go at all levels. And I find the easiest level, honestly, is at the physical level. And that doesn't mean you have to let go of everything. That's, again, a tall order. But what can you let go of? Where can you become aware of the unnecessary effort? So there's unnecessary effort somewhere, many places, right? You choose the low-hanging fruit. So what about the forehead? Do you need to be holding that tension in the forehead to maintain this posture? Does that tension in the forehead support self-confidence, or maybe does it interfere with self-confidence? Find out by choosing to let it go. Does that unnecessary effort in the tongue support self-confidence, or does it possibly interfere with self-confidence? Find out by letting it go. Do your lips need to be held so tightly? Can you let that go? Can your chest relax? Can your shoulders relax? How about your fingers and your hands? Do they need to be balled up in fists? Even if not completely balled up in fists, just notice that there's some unnecessary effort, some unnecessary tension there. Can you just let that go? Just to find out what is actually necessary for self-confidence. Let's release everything that's unnecessary, and then we'll find out what actually is necessary. And I promise you, miracles occur in this way. So just have that intention, self-confidence, and then have gratitude and release. Release physically, release all the unnecessary effort physically, and then see how that also filters into subtler expressions so that you can begin to let go of the grasping at clinging and clinging at thought and memory, whether it's long memory of the long past or the recent past. Maybe you're still holding on to things that happened 5 minutes ago or earlier today. And just see how much unnecessary effort is involved and be willing just to let that go. So that you can really discover the truth of self-confidence and realize that the truth of self-confidence does not come from this superficial veneer of thought. Actually, it's much deeper than that. So it doesn't matter what your thoughts are. Be willing to let them go. Be willing to let all of it just go. It comes and it goes. So don't be concerned about it, and just instead be anchored in this intention of self-confidence. And what that means is you ride upon that intention, knowing that that intention, having been released and surrendered, is now being fulfilled by the divine. And you are one with that. So we can begin to experience that connection, that oneness at a physical and energetic level by recognizing and acknowledging our connection with the earth, starting with the support that's underneath us. So however we are oriented, we can become aware of the body in contact with the surface underneath it, and just become aware there of what you can surrender and release. So whatever part of your body is in contact with whatever is underneath you, be aware of how you're making unnecessary effort, gripping, tensing, holding, and just release that so that you can really begin to surrender to the earth and recognize that connection that's always present between you and the earth. Just as simple as directing your awareness to that contact and then releasing the unnecessary effort. And then recognizing that this is a two-way connection. You don't have to invent it. You don't have to imagine it. Your intention to become aware is enough. And in time, it becomes clearer. So just have that intention, release the unnecessary effort. And your intention is to be aware of that connection all the way to the core of the earth, that it's a two-way connection, that you can surrender all that is unmanageable and overwhelming to you, and make that as an offering, knowing that it is renewed and that it is good and received in goodness. And then you can open yourself to also receive the stability and support from the earth, so that you can receive her blessings, her fertility, her prosperity, her abundance, her stability, her grace, her forgiveness. That forgiveness is really important. I think we have really hard time, most of us, with forgiveness. We think we've got to do it, figure it out, understand it, get it right. But here and now, let's just surrender and open and receive that perfect forgiveness effortlessly, and really hear how it is that it whispers to us, you are always forgiven. I accept you. I forgive you. And I love you. Just open to receive that. And then let's have an invocation. So what is an invocation? It's invoking those qualities of the divine and calling them into expression in our lives. It's an act of being present and choosing from presence, choosing intelligently, wisely, in alignment with our true heart desire, rather than letting things just happen. We actually choose. We choose what is beautiful, meaningful, purposeful, and in alignment with our truth. So first we can recognize and acknowledge that all of creation, all of life is a great mystery. It's a great mystery beyond our intellectual abilities, beyond our intellectual capacity. It is that which allows, it is the space in which our intellectual capacities exist. It is the grace that allows us to have intellectual capacity. And this one presence, this one power, is the one truth in and as and through all things, all beings, everywhere, always. If we observe our experience, we can see that the fundamental essence of all that is silence and dynamism. Space and energy. Stillness and motion. From the cosmic forces that shine the stars, move the planets, move the entire cosmos, bringing things into existence and bringing things out of existence, that same power and same presence is the same power and same presence that is operating within and as each and every one of us individually in our own bodies and minds and thoughts and emotions and in the circumstances and events of our lives, that nothing is outside of that and nothing is too great for that, because it is the creator, sustainer, and destroyer of all that is. When we really, truly let that in, as we can do right now, then we have to acknowledge that all manner of miracles are not only possible, but entirely likely. And in fact, guaranteed when we truly align ourselves with that and work with those universal natural laws of this creation. So now, peering into our hearts, we can choose from our essential nature, our essential truth of who we are, to align ourselves with those auspicious qualities of the divine that express as our essential truth. And for each of us, I know that those qualities include unconditional love, forgiveness, healing, blessings, peace, abundance, prosperity, health, and goodness on all levels, at the level of our physical well-being, our bodies, our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our sensations, our memories, our past, our future, our relationships, our finances, our careers. And so whatever challenges we may be facing or experiencing in our lives, big or small, I know that this powerful truth easily and joyfully guides us, supports us, and directs us to victory, to discovering and aligning our actions with that joyful truth at the core of our being. And so we can simply give thanks, knowing that this is true, knowing that we are carried, and so we can release this, knowing that it is so. Let's take a few moments just to tune into the natural breath. And as we do, really be aware of how powerful this is. So we live in a society that teaches us that we have to do more, faster, 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 never enough. You're never enough. Nothing you do is ever enough. And it's really tempting sometimes to get caught up in believing that those ideas that are false. But we can take this powerful stand when we choose something simple yet truthful, like just being aware of the natural breath and allowing for that breath to flow uninhibitedly. Something this simple can bring tremendous healing to us at all levels. It can heal our minds, our bodies, our emotions, our relationships. When we really surrender to that and give ourselves fully to that, as we can choose to do right now. So just be present. Observe the breath and notice where the habits to hold the breath or restrict the breath may be, and just allow yourself to surrender to the breath and allow the breath to move freely, effortlessly, gently, nourishingly, bringing fresh, new light, energy, and healing to your body, mind, senses, and all of your experience at all levels. And today we're going to take a few more minutes doing this than we usually do. So just settle into this for a little bit. And then we'll do something with this that will be really even a little bit extra, a little bit of a boost. So be aware of where the restrictions are. Be aware of the thoughts, the memories, the images. Be Be aware of your reactions. Be aware of your beliefs.
I can hear them very loud. Sounds like a chainsaw. What do you?
So continue to breathe in this way, and I'll say a few words as you're doing so. So there's a cute expression that says that feeling is healing, or you have to feel to heal. And this is mostly true, but become aware of what your idea is of what's required of you in order to feel. And ask yourself, how long does it take to feel? And then ask yourself, how is it that I make this harder on myself than it needs to be? And the answer to these questions, of course, exists in the breath itself and in your own experience of the breath, your relationship to the breath. So just be quietly observant and you'll see the answers. You're just allowing the breath to move. Don't force anything. Notice what ideas you have and be willing to let go of the ideas and experience and open to the reality of greater ease, greater surrender, greater trust, really allowing the breath to breathe you, to be moved by the breath rather than you trying to hold and shape and move the breath. And be aware that necessarily what you are looking for is new. If you're dissatisfied with the way that you've been doing things, then what you want is something new. And what you are opening to in this exploration is something new. So just be very gently aware and notice the reactivity, notice the judgments, notice the quickness to judge and interfere, try and intervene to gain control, get back to the familiar, and choose instead just to remain patiently, gently aware and allowing of the natural breath. See all of the things that appear in your experience, all of the impulses, the habits, the compulsions, the thoughts, the memories, and see how you habitually make a story out of it. It's very powerful. Just be a witness to this. See how you take all of these parts and pieces and put them together to form some story, some idea that you have to then fight with, struggle against. Then you're waiting for the signal of the quote unquote right feeling, the right circumstance, the right time, the right experience before you allow yourself peace, space, ease, clarity, and choose to remain with this peace, space, and clarity that's ever present, that does not go anywhere. We'll just take a few more breaths. And as we do, notice how you can begin to cultivate and choose a new relationship with what is new. So this newness in your experience, this openness, this ease, this non-attachment, this flow, non-grasping. Notice how this is actually in alignment with your true heart desire, and choose it. Affirm its goodness and its correctness in your life, and in so doing, you are taking a stand. You're aligning yourself consciously with this newness, and you're claiming its goodness and its rightness for you so that you can more easily recognize it and cultivate it in your life, rather than playing this teeter-totter game where you get a little bit warm and then you get cold to it. Instead, we want to really say yes. Yes to the new, yes to the spaciousness, yes to the peace, yes to this non-grasping, non-attachment, and yet at the same time, the willingness to be fully engaged, yet not attached. To love fully without expectation. So see it and recognize it and acknowledge it and say yes to it, and begin to actually dare to project this into the future. See that this is your new way, that this is how you can begin to live. That you can begin to live from this state of grace, forgiving yourself and forgiving others, letting go, being carried in your life in all ways, being supported in your life in all ways. Now we're going to, in a moment, I'll invite us all to do a little bit of movement. And for this portion, if you'd like to keep the eyes closed, that would be fine. If you would like to open the eyes, then please do so slowly and with awareness so that you can integrate this inner revelation, this inner discovery, this inner newness into your waking state, into your outer world, so that you can really begin to bring this presence and patience and love and generosity from inside into all aspects of your outer world, to your relationships, your finances, your body. So make that intention that this discovery of inner peace, inner resilience can translate into your manifest life. Really hold that possibility, encourage that possibility. Imagine yourself expressing this newness with patience and persistence in your life, in all the ways that it's needed in your life, in all the relationships where it's needed, so that the healing can flow, so that there can be healing in your body and healing in your relationships and healing in your finances, healing in all ways. Have that intention. And then we'll do a little bit of movement. So for those who wish to do the movement, we'll start by just rubbing the palms together. And remember that with all of the things that we do, it's so easy for the mind to dismiss them as insignificant or trivial or not enough because it's not big and dramatic. But really, truly, it's about discovering the power of intention and inner clarity, and really how that can transform everything in our lives. So have faith in that. Know that your hands are very powerful. So we're just gently rubbing the palms together and feel that. So be present to this experience, and really, how present can you be? How much of this can you feel? How much sensation can you experience? How much of that sensation can you hold? And how much of that sensation can you direct in a healing, with a healing intention, so that you can really start to feel the power of this? Your hands have all of these nerve endings in various understandings of the energy system in the body. The hands are recognized as having been maps of the body. So it's really powerful to cultivate that awareness and to begin to direct that energy with intention. And just bring the hands together, the palms together at the heart, and feel the sensation between the palms. And become aware of the sensation all around the hands. It's like there's a field of energy radiating from the hands and from the heart. Become aware of that. Sensitize yourself to that. And let's take the hands and place them on the forehead so that the fingers are moving, are pointing in toward one another on the forehead. And just let them rest there, and just slightly, with a slight outward movement. So they slowly, gently move outward on the forehead. And as you do this, we're going to just do this many times, as long as it's comfortable. You can take a break whenever you need to. We're just going to slowly slide the hands outward on the forehead. And then do that again. And as we're doing this, of course, you could just do it mechanically. Wouldn't help you a whole lot. But as you're doing this, be aware of what you're feeling inwardly and outwardly. Be curious about what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and ask yourself, am I doing something that's unnecessary here? Am I making my life harder than it needs to be? Does this sensation that I'm experiencing here, is the state of the tissue supporting my intention of self-confidence? Can I release that? Can I soften? Can I surrender? So maybe you notice some, who knows, something. So just be curious. What should I? Should is an interesting word, but imagine for a moment that you've achieved the ultimate goal, or the state of human existence. You have ultimate wellness at all levels. You have ultimate health, ultimate happiness, ultimate peace, ultimate clarity. Now ask yourself, from this state of ultimate wellness, what does my forehead feel like? And then ask yourself, what are you doing presently that's interfering with that? So inwardly release the forehead. Let the forehead soften. Let the eyes soften. Let the brow soften. And then let's release the hands and rest for a moment, and let the forehead remain soft. So when we do this kind of exploration, it releases a lot of stuck energy. And this is why it's so important to be aware and to have an intention and stay truthful to that intention, because otherwise what happens is this stuck energy gets released, and what we do is we try to get it stuck again. And you start to just observe what's happening in your experience, and you'll see that this is true. So this newness comes to the foreground. We begin to experience this newness, this release, this openness, this freedom. And then our brains start to interpret that. And our mechanical mind only knows how to interpret it through the past. And the past has been dissatisfying, filled with anger, resentment, frustration, fear, anxiety, disappointment, etc. And so we begin to interpret this newness through the filter of the past and we start to judge it and say, oh no, this is anxiety, this is bad, this is stress, this is anger, this is impatience, this is no good, I can't have this. And so we try to get it back to the way it was. But don't do that. Ask yourself, what have I done here? Have I done something bad? Have I done something violent? Have I done something dramatic? Or was I just resting, breathing, having awareness, gently touching my forehead? When the answer is clear, which is that you didn't do anything bad or wrong or harmful or dramatic or violent, you've been very gentle, very soft, very loving, then only good can come from this. So surrender to the newness. Know that this newness is good. This newness is offering you the healing that you've been longing for. Let it be here. Let it integrate into your system so that you can begin to actually live this newness. Then again, let's gently rub the palms together. And then this time, let's place them on the cheeks, the hands on the cheeks, and just what we're going to do is just let the weight of the hands gently pull down on the cheeks. Now, obviously, you have to judge what's safe and good for you. So please, nobody injure yourself. Don't go ripping your cheeks off your face or anything like that, but just be gentle. Just a gentle, very gentle tug on the cheeks, just from the weight of the hands, just gently encouraging the cheeks to release downward. And then breathe and have awareness and release inwardly. Let the cheeks become long, soft, supple. Let the eyes be soft and relaxed. Let the forehead remain soft and relaxed. Let your arms be as relaxed as possible. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Let your tongue be relaxed. Keep having awareness, keep softening, keep releasing. You'll be amazed how much your cheeks can release and how nice it will be. So many of us keep our cheeks always tense because we're on the ready. We want to be prepared for the smile or the grimace or whatever. Letting other people know, leave me alone. But can we just be vulnerable, neutral, safe? Let's try that. Let the lips be soft. Let everything go. Notice how much you've been holding and just let it go. And then slowly let the hands come down and rest. And let's take a few more breaths here and let that integrate. So don't indulge the usual habits of re-engaging the cheeks in those familiar ways. Instead, let them continue to be relaxed and released. So now let's each become aware of the truth of these following statements. So silently think this to yourself and become aware of the truth of it. My body is perfect. My bones are perfect. My body is made perfectly. My body is made perfectly for life on this earth. The structure of my body effortlessly supports my activities. I can release, relax, and surrender to the grace and energy and flow that supports me in all of my activities. Healing is taking place at all levels, for my body, my mind, my emotions, and my relationships.
Wait, no, we need to see if it works. What are you fixing the thing?
Again, let's become aware of the breath and let's utilize the breath as a way of blessing. Blessing is really powerful. When we bless, we are conduits for that grace. So we are affirming, when we bless, we are affirming the ceaseless abundance of goodness that flows effortlessly through and as us, enlivening that which is most pleasing and most in alignment with our true heart desire in our bodies, our minds, our spirits, and in our worlds. So as you inhale naturally, unforced, in a relaxed way, just know that there is this ceaseless abundance of goodness universally that you are one with. And as you naturally, effortlessly exhale, simply become aware of the distribution of those blessings in your world, beginning with your body. So as you inhale, you become aware of that abundance of goodness. And as you naturally exhale, you intend a blessing that radiates from the core of your being outward, blessing and healing your body, your inner body, your organs, your bones, your marrow, your muscles, circulatory system, lymphatic system, all of the fluid in your body, your digestive system, the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons, skin, your hair. And then allow the blessings to radiate to all that is around you, to your home, to the air, the water, the plants and animals, all your loved ones. Then allow the blessings to radiate to everyone, everywhere. Your neighborhood, your town or city, your state or province, your nation, to this whole earth, all of the inhabitants of the earth, human and non-human, inside and outside, to the moon, to the sun, to all of the planets in this solar system, and to this entire creation. And then again, become aware of your physical body, become aware of your head, become aware of your forehead, your nose, your lips, tongue, chin, throat, ears, neck. Become aware of the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, the hands and fingers. Become aware of the chest and the upper back, the abdomen and the lower back. Become aware of the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the lower legs, the ankles, the tops of the feet, the toes, the bottoms of the feet. Become aware of the whole body, inside and outside. And gently move your fingers. And when you're ready, if you would like to open the eyes, you're welcome to do so slowly with awareness so that you can allow for this inner discovery to integrate into your outer world. So today, I'm not going to do a Q&A because I have some errands to do in town. So I'm not going to do a Q&A. So I'll just say a few words in conclusion. Know and trust that only goodness can occur in your life. Be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of your beliefs. Be aware of your habits. See how all of these things form. See how you sustain them. See how you can allow for newness to enter and integrate into all levels of your life. So have patience, forgive yourself, love yourself, treat yourself well. When you're feeling difficult feelings, just be aware. Be aware of what you're thinking and believing. Be aware of how you're holding your body physically. Be aware of how you're holding the breath. And utilize these simple techniques to support you in that. And know and trust that, as I say, your life is good. Your life is only good. Only good can occur in your life. What that means is then you can just be willing to let go of all your judgments and opinions, knowing that they're not actually the truth or helpful. So you can know about yourself that you have habits, long-standing habits of negativity, judgment, criticism, harshness, unforgiveness, blame, and so forth. And you can know that those habits will likely resurface, but that they're not the truth. So whatever happens, know that it is only goodness. It is only healing. It is only love. It is only abundance. It's only newness. And it's only support. So the mind will judge, the mind will fear, the mind will have anxiety, all of that. Don't be concerned about it. Utilize these techniques. Be gentle. Slow down. Let go. Observe the breath. Don't hold on to the thoughts. Just choose. Begin to choose. You can choose. What is my truth? Yes, I'm having this feeling. Yes, I'm having these thoughts. Yes, these images are coming. But what's my actual truth? What's the truth in my heart? The truth in my heart is forgiveness. The truth in my heart is love. The truth in my heart is acceptance. The truth in my heart is goodness. The truth in my heart is abundance. The truth in my heart is there's always enough goodness for everybody, including me. The truth in my heart is that everyone can be cared for. Everyone can be supported. Everyone can have what they need. So rather than going to my old ways of seeing and thinking and believing, which are all negative, which are all limited, which are all about it's not enough and I'm not enough and nothing's ever going to be okay and it's too late for me and it's blah, 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 blah. We can make choices now. We touch upon every day, we touch upon this healing grace, and we can start to really trust in that and know that whatever happens, whoever shows up, whatever they say, whatever letters arrive in the mail, whatever emails you get, whatever comes to you, whatever you think about it, don't be concerned. Don't be concerned what you think about it. Just know that your thoughts are predictable based on the past. And instead, be more interested in what's new. What's new? What's new is this softness within me. What's new is that even though there's a habit of hardness, a habit of anger, a habit of resentment, a habit of blame, there's a softness in me. It's very tender, maybe. It's very new. Maybe I have very little confidence in it. But I can choose that. I can choose to acknowledge that. I can choose to have thanks for that. I can just choose to say to myself, even though I'm having these uncomfortable, unpleasant, difficult experiences, feelings, emotions, conversations, etc., I acknowledge that there is newness in my experience. There is an opening, a softness. There is grace actually in my life. And I surrender to that and I allow that to take over here. Recognizing that my old ways have failed. My old ways are miserable. I don't want them anymore. I won't energize them anymore. I release them, make them as an offering, and I receive what is new and good and stabilizing and healthy, what expresses love, what expresses abundance, what expresses the truth in my heart. And so whatever happens, just rest in this. Know that you are carried and held, and that everything that's happening is an expression of that. Sometimes there's the cleaning out of the old. Don't hold on to it. You know, when you sweep and you put it all in the dustpan, don't spread it all around again. Bless it, release it outside. And please remember to just be so gentle and loving with yourself. Take good care of yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. Don't encourage or condone self-judgment, self-condemnation. You don't need to. There's no benefit to it. You don't need that. You can learn without that. We can all learn without that. We can learn just by receiving that grace. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining. I will see most of you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. I love you all. Bye for now.